Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. We're here at Fire Station 34. My name is Firefighter Luke. It's a pleasure to have you guys here. Thank you guys very much for joining us. My official title here is I'm a fire engineer, and we'll go over that in a little bit. But essentially what that means is I drive the fire engine that's behind me. So today we're going to do a couple of things. I'm going to show you guys the fire engine. I'm going to teach you guys a little bit about some of the things that firefighters do and show you guys some of the stuff that firefighters wear. Okay, this isn't going to be a question and answer session, but if you do have comments or anything like that after the feed, feel free to send them. We love hearing from you guys, and we'll reply and give you any information we can. Now, a couple of rules before we get started. This is how we would normally do a tour for anybody that visits our fire station, but with these times, we obviously can't do that. So this is a working fire station. I'm a real firefighter. This is a real fire engine. So there's always a possibility we might have a call come in during this demo. If that's the case, you might see us get dressed. You might see us start driving away, and the feed will end shortly after that. Just follow our story, and we'll post an update as to when the story will resume. And we'll resume it as soon as we get back to the station, okay? So, with that said, let's get started. By the way, my friend Ryan is here helping me. He's gonna have to stay 6 feet away. He's wearing mask and gloves, as all of you guys should be doing too. So we're gonna stay safe, and we're gonna have a lot of fun and show you guys a lot of different things. So we're gonna get started with the fire engine, and specifically, what do firefighters do? So as firefighters, what's our job? Our job really is to help people. And that means all sorts of different things. As firefighters, we have tools and equipment for any kind of emergency the public might need us for. So whether that's a fire or that's a car accident or somebody that's very ill, we have all the equipment to help them in their time of need. So a firefighter is responsible for helping people. That's how we like to summarize it. And that's really what we like to do. So in order to help people, we need to bring a lot of tools with us wherever we go, wherever that emergency might be. So let's show you some of that. So this right here is our fire engine 34. So fire engine 34. And what makes it a fire engine is that it has a lot of hose and a lot of water. Okay, and we'll go into that, and I'll show you guys a little bit more. I mentioned how I'm a fire engineer. What does that mean? As an engineer, I'm the one responsible for driving the fire engine. So that's where I sit. And then I'm also responsible for this section right here, which we call the pump panel. In a sense, it's where firefighters get water out of the fire engine. So we hook up to a fire hydrant right here. And then we use hoses that are up here to go into a house and put the fire out. So one of my responsibilities is moving these levers to make sure the firefighters that are going inside have the right amount of water coming out of their hose. Okay, we'll go into this just a little bit further. Let me check my notes to make sure I'm not going to go too far on time. So with that said, let's show you some of the interesting things that we have. So this right here is where the fire engineer sits. Ryan, would you mind holding this for a second? Thank you. So as a fire engineer, I would sit right here when we're getting ready to go on a call. So this is where I sit. I take off my helmet. How does my hair look, Ryan? Good. I put on a headset. This protects our hearing because sometimes we have to use a siren, and the siren can be very loud. So it protects our hearing. It also allows us to talk to one another while we're driving to a call. So I put this on, and I would put my seatbelt on. I'm not going to do that right now because I want to be able to show you guys a lot more things. So I want to have you guys jump up here and get to see what it looks like from here. So this is what a firefighter sees, or the engineer sees. And let's start making some noise here. So this is the steering wheel. There's a lot of different buttons. I don't know if you guys can see. I have buttons all up here, more that go here and there. And then there's temperature control. There's something that we use for pump panel. So I also have some information about how the engine is doing. I have information as to what's happening all around me. This is a pretty big apparatus to drive. I don't know if you guys can really see that, but that's a 360 camera that I can see all around. And then I have more buttons here, right? That says air horn and the radio and siren brake. And then I have
engine 331 for an alarm
here.
Call. 545 morning home.
So sorry, no,
road,
that's loud.
545 morning home road.
That's not a call for
engine
us.
331
That's
alarm.
a call for somebody else. But sorry about that. I know that's probably pretty loud. All right, so one of the things that I think you guys would like to see is how do we turn on the lights in the Siren. So I can go up here, I can push this button, and then this will start turning on the lights. I'll show you what that looks like from the outside. So I don't think the video does it justice, but there's a lot of lights that are flashing right now. And what that does is it tells, or it asks people to start moving out of our way. And we only turn these on when we're going to an emergency to help somebody. And because sometimes people need our help right away and very fast, we turn these lights on so we can go to their house or wherever they might be a little faster. Now, Ryan, could you hold this for me one more time? What I'm going to do next is I'm going to turn on the siren a little bit because I think some of you guys might like hearing the siren. So if you back up just a skosh, this foot pedal that I have right here is how I control the siren, because the idea is that I always keep my hands on the steering wheel. So if I go ahead and tap this, listen, okay? You guys hear that? With the siren brake, I can actually turn that off.
SRM dispatch.
So we have other ones. So we have what's called a grinder. That's where you heard that really loud, long sound. And then we have an electric one too, so you can hear the electric one. Okay. And that what that does is it gets everybody's attention to hopefully move out of our way so we can get to a call a little faster. You guys want to hear it one more time? Back up just a little bit. So let's go show you guys some more things. So Ryan, if you don't mind following me, actually here I'll take you for a sec. I'll show a couple of little things here. So if we look at this, there's a lot of detail that goes into things that firefighters do. We're very proud of what we do and we take care of our equipment. And one of the things that's pretty unique is some of this artwork that goes onto our fire engines. So we have some very talented firefighters that have much better artistic ability than I do, and they do all this by hand. This is called gold leafing, and it's a very traditional thing in the fire service, and it's something that we're very, very proud of here in the San Ramon Valley. So you guys can see some of those things. Now right here's where the captain sits. So the captain is the person that's in charge of the fire engine. They're the ones making the decision, and they would sit right here. They have their own headset. They have a computer that gives us directions and gives us information as to where we need to go. And they have a whole bunch of buttons of their own to mitigate any kind of emergency, or at least figure out exactly what we need to do on our way to a call. So that's the firefighter that sits there would be considered a captain. And then back here is where the firefighter would sit. Now a firefighter would sit in the back, and the firefighter is the one responsible for grabbing hose and going into the fire and actually spraying water into the fire. So the captain and the firefighter would be the first ones to go in a fire. And things can always change. So the firefighter would sit here. They can see where we're going. They also have the ability to put on their air bottle, which I'm going to show you guys a little later, on the way to a call. They have all sorts of different equipment here too. They have an axe over there. They have these things that we'll go over a little later called irons to open doors. And then we're going to keep walking around through here. So we have more equipment and all these things. For the sake of time, I'm going to kind of skip to some of them. This one right here is the medical compartment. So we have firefighters that are also paramedics. And what that does is it allows us to use medical equipment to help people. So again, firefighters are responsible for helping people in all sorts of different situations. So if we're helping people that are hurt or very ill, or they have a big cut, we have lots of equipment here to help them. So with that, we have monitors for checking people's hearts to make sure they're doing okay. We have a lot of medicine in this box that helps people feel a little bit better, and all sorts of different equipment here for any medical type of need. Again, we're responsible for helping people, whatever emergency they might have. Ryan, would you mind helping me here? Thank you. So back here, like we talked about, the fire engine has a lot of hose and a lot of water. So back here, you can see some of the hose that we have. You can back up just a skosh so you can see a little bit more. So right here, this would be considered the large diameter hose. This is the hose that we would hook up to a fire hydrant. And we have 800 feet. So we can hook up to a fire hydrant, and then the fire engine drives away and hooks up to the fire engine itself. So we have big hose, medium-sized hose, and smaller hoses over here. So we have hoses for all different types of emergencies, whether it's a small fire in a kitchen or it's a large fire inside a high-rise or a really tall building. So this is in the back where we have additional hose. Now, although this is a fire engine, not a fire truck, a truck typically carries a lot more ladders. A fire engine does have a couple of ladders. So you can see this is one of the ladders, one of the two that a fire engine carries. And then there's a lot of equipment here that I'm not going to get a chance to show you guys, but we're hoping when the shelter in place is all over, I'm hoping you guys visit us at our fire stations and come see and learn a little bit about the equipment that we have and some of the things that we do. So we have lights, we have shovels, we have chainsaws. Now chainsaws we might use on a fire to make sure we cut a hole in the roof and we let out all the bad smoke and all the bad heat that might be accumulated in a fire. We use a chainsaw to cut that, so it makes it easier for everybody inside, including firefighters and anybody that might need our help. Okay, over here, more tools and more tools and more tools. And then lastly here, kind of where we started, this is what's considered the engineer's compartment. So the engineer needs a lot of tools. So we have mallets, we have wrenches, all sorts of things to make sure that we can get water out to the firefighters that need it, that are going inside. So a lot of tools and equipment here for engineers to make sure that the proper amount of water goes out to the firefighters. Okay. Let me hold on to this for a second. Thank you. Let's look at this. All right. So what we're going to do next, we're going to show you some of the gear that firefighters wear. Okay. So right now it's an interesting time because most of you are probably staying at home because we want to stay healthy and we don't want to get anybody sick and we don't want to get sick. So as firefighters, it's important for us to stay healthy as well. So that means we eat our vegetables, we exercise regularly, we drink a lot of water, and we try to stay as healthy as possible, especially during these times, because the public needs us right now more than ever, and it's our honor to be here working, serving the public. So in order to do that and to minimize our risk, we have some special masks that we're wearing nowadays. So I don't know if you guys know this, but once you meet a firefighter, you guys are friends for life, right? So consider this us meeting for the first time. So as firefighters, we're your friends. We're here to help you with whatever might come your way or whatever you might need. So if we're friends, that means we're never going to hide from each other. We're going to always be here for you. So I know this is weird because I can't really ask you guys a question, but I hope you guys don't think I'm scary. I don't look scary. But sometimes as firefighters, we have to wear some masks and some things on our face that make us look a little bit scary. So I want to show you guys what that looks like. So in the event that we ever have to meet, whether it's in an emergency or somewhere else, and you see us wearing these funny masks, you get to see it and you won't be scared or startled or anything like that if we look a little funny. So I'm going to show you guys first what we're wearing right now with some of the emergencies we're dealing with in today's day and age. So let's do that. So this is a special mask that we're wearing now. A lot of times you might see us wearing this possibly in the stores. So, or on any medical emergency. So what this does is it protects our lungs and it makes sure that we don't get anybody sick and nobody gets us sick, because we really need to be at work right now. So I put this on.
And the way I seal it, so it sounds a little funny, doesn't it? So you guys can see here, let me make sure I put it on all the way. So this is what we sound like right now. Sometimes you might see us with our helmet on. But this is the newest type of mask that we're wearing. So we sound a little funny, but we're not scary. We're still the same people. I'm still Firefighter Luke, and we're trying to help everybody. Okay? You guys see it? Okay.
Next up, we're going to show you some of the gear that firefighters wear. Okay, so we put this away. Let's put that there. This here. Come over here, you'll see this is where we keep our air bottle. And as firefighters, we sometimes have to go into environments that are a little smoky, and smoke's not good for us. So what we do is we bring a tank or a bottle full of fresh air that we can breathe inside of a fire. So this right here is really nice, clean air that we can breathe in the event that the air inside of a house or inside of wherever we're going is not good for us. So I'm gonna show you what that looks like. So, how we looking? Good? All right, so some of the stuff that we wear is meant to go fast, right? When people need our help, they need us to get there quickly. So I'm gonna show you some of the things that are little tricks of what firefighters have to make us get ready a little faster. So this is our uniform. This is called the Class B uniform. It has our badge, it has our name, and a couple pockets. And you guys see these buttons right here? Well, believe it or not, they're actual snaps. So if we need to get ready really quick, I can't wear this shirt necessarily inside of a fire, so I can just pull it like this and it comes off really quickly rather than having to unbutton every single button. So I'll take this off. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna show you guys in kind of a slow motion what everything that we wear and what it looks like, so you guys can get an idea of what everything is. So first thing I'm gonna do is take off my boots. Hey, look, Ryan, my socks match today.
Yeah.
That's the first time. All right, so we have these pants that have my boots attached to them. Okay, we call them turnout bottoms. And see, I'm holding on to right here. These are my boots. And when I pull these up, my pants are already attached to my boots. That's pretty cool. I bet a bunch of parents wish they could get their kids ready this fast. And then we have these things that I'm pretty sure none of the kids probably know what these are nowadays, but these are called suspenders. And what they are is they make sure that my pants don't fall down, because if I was going in a fire and my pants fell down, that would be pretty silly. So they make sure that my pants stay on, and they make sure that I'm connected and everything stays in one place and doesn't move if I have to crawl or I have to go really high. Keeps everything in one place. So turnout bottoms, it has pockets. Then we have my turnout jacket. And this jacket has a couple of unique things too. So as you can see, first it has little snaps that I can put on. It has these clasps. And then it has this big thing right there to seal it. And I have a thing for my neck as well. Because as firefighters, when we're going inside of a house, especially like a burning building, we want to make sure that all of our skin is covered so we don't get burned. So this is what it looks like. You guys see this? I have a flashlight because sometimes it's dark. I have this, which is a radio. So if I need to talk to any of my firefighter friends, I can talk to them on the radio. And then I have some other equipment that I'm going to show you guys. So we talked about the air bottle. And we are going to show you what the mask looks like. So, do this way. So I have a special hood, it's called, that protects my head. So this goes on my head to protect my beautiful hair. So again, like I showed you guys before, I'm firefighter Luke, and some of the stuff that I'm wearing may make me look a little silly, may make me sound a little funny, but I'm still your friend, and firefighters are still out there to help you, okay? So I'm gonna show you some of these things, like I showed you with the last one, so that you can see what we look like. So this is our mask that's gonna connect to our bottle, which is gonna give me really clean, fresh air. I'm gonna put this on my back. And it has special belts to make sure that everything's attached and nothing moves out of the way. So I have this on, then I have my bottle, and I have this little device. So let's go over here. All right, and that little sound tells me that my bottle's going on. Okay, now I'm gonna put on this mask, okay? So again, it's firefighter Luke. I'm just gonna put this on. I'm gonna sound a little funny, but I'm not scared. You guys see it? You guys see up close? Do I sound a little funny? Maybe a little bit, but it's still me, okay? Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put this on. Make sure I'm all covered up. I have my helmet I'm gonna put on. These little straps so my helmet doesn't fall off. And then I have these things called gloves. Now the gloves are to protect my hands. You guys might be able to hear me a little bit better because I turned on a special microphone that's inside this mask. Okay, so you guys see what I look like? So I look a little different. Now I'm gonna start breathing out of my special air bottle. And look, inside there, I don't know if you can see, it has something up here called a heads-up display. And that tells me how much air I have left. I can also see it right here. So I'm gonna put this on. So you guys, if you've seen Star Wars, this sounds a little bit like Darth Vader. And my name is Luke. But this is still just something that we use to give us that nice, clean, fresh air in case we have to go into some place that's smoky. So, sound a little bit funny? Yes, I'm still your friend. All right, and then I'm gonna take this off. Put some of this gear back. Okay, I'll take it. Thank you. Okay, you guys, that's about all the time we have for today. Thank you guys very much for joining us and looking at some of the stuff that we're wearing. If you guys like this, feel free to send us a message. We'd like to do some more of these in the future, so we can do some of the other things. We can show you how we spray water and some of those things if you guys are interested. Again, this is a very unique time for everybody, so we're hoping for all the kids out there that you guys enjoyed this, and we want everybody to stay healthy, stay safe, and know that we're here for you guys if you guys need anything. So thank you guys very much for joining us, and we'll see you again at the next time, okay? Thank you guys. We'll finish with a last grand tour. There's Tom. Say hi to Firefighter Tom.
Hello, kids.
Water holds 600 gallons. Okay, that's it from us, guys. Thank you guys very much. Be safe.